Ok, j'ai branché, non. Ah.
Oui, oui. Comment ça va, Emmanuel?
Ça va bien et toi?
Muy, no, muy bien, Spanish person. Uh, I learned French and I don't know shit.
Mhm.
I learned French for 1 or 2 months. It was not long enough. How are you doing, Emmanuel?
Why did I'm doing good. Why did you learn French?
Do you want honest opinion? Because I'm a woman.
Yeah. Ah, like for German.
Huh?
Like for German.
Yes. No, no, like my ex was originally from France. So I tried my best to learn French. It's not that easy, honestly. Like it's
Mhm.
not super hard, but like you
Between
need
German
to.
and French.
Hmm?
Between German and French. What's difficult?
It's hard to tell. Like, it honestly just depends how much time do you have. Like it has nothing to do with how hard the language is.
Hmm.
Because if you have enough time and you put enough effort into something, like there's, it's almost 100% guaranteed that you can achieve it. By the way, in case no one is gonna join, more than happy to just make a one-to-one with you. By the way, am I lagging? Or can you do me very good?
Yeah.
No, because your camera is lagging, that's why I'm asking. Whoa, 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 brother! What was the fucking middle finger there? Now the question is, no one is gonna join. Are they doing work or are they lazy? Nice. How is your outreach?
Yeah, I'm doing mostly SMS. Yeah.
And how is it going?
It's doing good, very well. I'm booking at least a meeting per day.
Okay. And then why am I not getting any sales calls to review?
So lately, like I said to you, lastly this weekend, I booked like four people, but no one showed up.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I told you yesterday what to do in order to increase the show up radius.
Hmm. And I rescheduled one.
Yeah.
Some others didn't pick up. So right now I booked three meetings
Yeah.
for I have a meeting after this call. I have two meetings after this call normally,
Okay.
and I also have a meeting tomorrow, and I also have a meeting on Thursday.
Okay, that's good then. That's good then. Then keep it consistent. Even if you have already meetings, just try to do outreach anyways. Because like no shows are is normal, like absolutely normal. And then obviously depending on the industry, depending on the niche, it can happen even
Hmm.
more often. So the last thing you want to do is, for example, book yourself out and stop outreach. Like obviously, if you really don't have time, then this is where you need to stop. But like if you still have time throughout the day, do outreach because it's either
But I'm always doing SMS every day. Like I realized it's working better than cold calling.
okay,
So
good. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like it is also dependent on the person. There's only so
mhm.
much I can give you, that, for example, worked either for me or for other people. But then it also depends on you. It depends on the industry. It depends on the niche. Like, for example, you also have an accent. And even when you speak a French, speak a French, even when you speak French, it's always different. And if, for example, SMS works for you better, wonderful. Then go with the SMS. But then I want sales calls from you. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Look, I'll not stop. I won't stop. I'm just waiting. Always ready.
And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're stopping. I'm just assuming based on the experiences I have with people. So I prefer to say you to this in advance, even if it doesn't apply to you, just in case you will, for example, have a moment where you will think like, I don't need to do it anymore. And then you're going to have my words in your head, which will, help you.
No, no. Mentally, I'm a beast. I can't stop.
Good. That's good. Honestly, it's better if you're just sick and you just work too much than too little.
Sick? I don't fall
Yeah, like,
sick.
no. I mean, like, sick in terms of like, if you work more, like, if you work more than less. Like, do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? No.
Ich meine nicht krank, also nicht gesundheitlich. Ich meine krank wie in der Sinne von verrückt. Also es ist immer besser, verrückt an etwas zu arbeiten, anstatt einfach nicht gut genug zu sein oder nicht
Ja,
genug an etwas zu arbeiten. Also wenn man die beide
ja,
Extreme sich anschaut, ist die eine Extreme deutlich besser als die andere.
ja, klar. Ich habe auch versucht, wie ich ja gesagt hatte, Umzugsunternehmen. Ich habe angerufen, um zu sagen, ich habe Arbeitskraft, eine Arbeitskraftquelle und also ich habe auch ein Meeting gebucht heute. Also ich habe heute versucht. Er hat gesagt, ja, er möchte ein bisschen mehr darüber wissen. Also wir werden noch darüber sprechen und
Also du meinst, du willst heute einen Call mit ihm haben, weil er mehr darüber wissen möchte? Oder meinst du, dass er deswegen das Meeting storniert hat? It's okay, it's only water. Miles? Morales?
ich konnte dich nicht verstehen.
Okay. Ich habe gesagt, meinst du, dass er mehr darüber wissen wollte und deswegen hat er heute mit dir ein Meeting gebucht? Oder meinst du, dass er dir gesagt hat, er wollte mehr wissen und hat dann den Meeting storniert?
Nein, nein, nein. Er hat ein Meeting gebucht.
Ah, okay. Gut.
Erinnerst du daran? Also ich meinte, es ist Arbeitskraftquelle für Umzugsunternehmen hier in Paderborn. Ja.
Ja. Ich kann mich erinnern, was du meinst. Also alles gut. Dann, wie gesagt, zeichne die beiden Sales Calls einfach nur auf, damit wir die auch dann motivieren können.
Mhm.
Weil daraus wirst du auch extrem viel lernen. Und deine Präsentation, ist sie bereit? Also vollständig?
Wofür?
Sales Call. Deine
Wofür?
Sales Presentation.
Yeah, yeah, of course. In French, right? You mean for the
Beides.
yeah, I have it.
Sicher.
Look, for
Soll ich in dein Onboarding-Doc gehen und mir die Präsentation anschauen?
yeah, maybe I'll try to create the presentation for the second one. I mean, for what I said to you Arbeitskraft here for Umzugsunternehmen, I will try to do a presentation, but I don't really know what kind of presentation I'll put there. It's just like
Generally
we just
speaking,
bring it.
no. Generally speaking, you can use literally the same. You can literally use the same presentation. 7 slides is the maximum. The only thing you will need to change is basically the process. The pricing you can probably just adjust a little bit, and then the only thing you will also need to change will be just either delete the section that says pre-vetted leads or just give there an examples of, for example, let's say ideal worker, like if they are looking for those kind of people with this amount of experience, with this specialization, something like that. Then it's a fucking
Hmm.
it's a moving company, so they like don't think they will have a ideal employee
Yeah, they
profile.
can't. Yeah, I don't think so. They surely won't.
Two legs, two arms, you got the job.
Of course.
Okay.
And
Yeah, but like,
and of course, all the people I'm bringing in are black, so they are stronger, stronger.
good. You're slowly becoming a slave master. Very proud of you. Um, but if you're gonna be ready with like either of those presentations, like I'm more than happy to review them, even if they are entrenched. I can still have a look at the and at how you build them, and I can just tell you if it makes sense or not.
Of course.
Cool. Pocahontas. Poca. Pocahontas. Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing, Pocahontas?
no, okay, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. So, guys, what do you want to do today? Like the engagement in this call, amazing.
How would you try to get around the gatekeeper?
So there are three ways how to get over a gatekeeper. So the first way is just being overly confident. So as an example, if you call the gatekeeper and be like, "Hey, forward me to Nika, thanks." If you say this with enough confidence and then you play with the silence, very often you will be forwarded. So that's the first option. Second option is just flirting with them. I don't think it applies in your case because you're a woman, and most of the time the gatekeepers are women. So what you could do is, for example, just be like a very feminine friend, like oh hi, something in this direction. Like,
Okay.
do you know like there is a very big stereotype like blonde woman, blonde, stupid, just cute and just
Blue eyes, that shit.
spend money on everything. Yeah, yeah. So like in this direction. And the third option would be just literally not acknowledging their existence, which will be, for example, I need to speak to the boss. And they're gonna be like, yeah, but what was are you not fucking listening? I need to speak to the boss. We had a meeting. Forward me to him right now. Or alternatively, like this is not something you can always apply, but if you want to test it, more than happy for you to test it. It worked sometimes where you call the gatekeeper and you're like, hey, is this Michael? You're gonna be like, Michael who? And you're gonna be like, yeah, Michael the owner. And they're gonna be like, oh, Michael is not the owner. The owner is. So either they're gonna give you the name of the owner, so you can hang up and call them, for example, next day when you're gonna already have the name of the owner, or you can be like, oh, so I called Michael's competitor. On the side note, just to clarify, this is a completely wrong number, but I have something that your boss will highly appreciate. So you can either forward me right now, or I can call your boss tomorrow after I sold something to his competitor, and then he's gonna be mad at you. Literally, the ball is in your court.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna tell this with enough confidence, the gatekeeper is gonna shit themselves. Because the role of the gatekeeper is to protect the owner's time or the manager's time and only let people or deals through that actually make money or just like are worth the time of the person that the gatekeeper is protecting the time from.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions, or do you guys want to do the role play?
Maybe just one. Sounds kind of dumb, but I hear you guys in the course and stuff sometimes saying like if a guy wants to get better at sales, he also needs to learn to step to a guy. Yeah, I heard
Again.
Ismael say it's as a example that if they want to learn how to handle themselves in sales, they also sometimes need to learn themselves to get a girl her number.
Oh yes. Do you know? It doesn't necessarily apply in your case because you're a woman. It's because you need to understand. Kind of, this is. I'm just gonna change the perspective on this so you understand it. Sales is applicable everywhere in life. So obviously, I'm only able to say this from a man's perspective. However, even if you're going on a date, yes, what is it that you're doing? You're selling yourself. You're presenting yourself or you're positioning yourself as attractive enough for someone to give you their time. And then on the date, you're trying to sell yourself as someone that the person wants, either for one time or multiple times, depending on
Yeah.
your preference and the person's preference. So the same goes technically for a woman. If a woman arrives to a date, is able to be elegant, is able to handle herself, is able to present herself, what is she doing? She's selling herself. She presents herself as very valuable. So what Ismail is saying, or what we basically mean when we are saying to you or to people in the program or generally men that they should be able to approach women is also because of social anxiety. Like a lot of men are not able to speak to women because it's nowadays they just don't have the balls to do it. And if they are not even able to approach a random woman on the street that is gonna see them once and is gonna forget about their existence after 10 minutes, they won't be able to do, for example, cold calls. They won't be able to pitch someone on a sales call, or they won't be able to go too deeply into a negative report on a sales call where they will be able to make someone cry because they will think to themselves that they are going to be judged for everything that they do. So the easiest way how to teach them that they are not important is basically go pick a number, for example, for a woman, because then they also learn that everything in life is basically a numbers game. Sales is numbers game. Or sales course you're gonna take, independent of your show up rate or your closing rate, you're gonna close. Independent of how many women you're gonna approach, later or soon you're gonna get a number. As a matter of fact, there were studies where, as dumb as it sounds, there were studies where men was approaching women on the street asking if they want to fuck right now. He got punched. He got spit on. There were a lot of women that told him to go fuck himself. At some point, one of a couple of women was like, sure, because like everything in life is a numbers game. Miles, this should not encourage you to do it. Bad Miles, don't.
I don't have time to do that.
But do you
I
get
don't
my
have time.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ah,
get your point. I was just wondering, do you know like other ways to try to confront it?
In your case, would be I don't think you have enough time to read books, especially with your schedule. In your case, it will be just trying to be more selfish so you understand that you are more important than other people. So, as an example, what you can do is you don't go to the gym, do you?
No, I work out at home sometimes.
Okay. Do you take a bus or a tram, something like this, in this direction?
No, take the bike.
I want to say you can also do something in your job, but taking into consideration it's a teamwork, I'm not 100% sure. Because My example would be if you, for example, go to the gym, don't put the weights back to the racks, just leave them where they are. So you learn that like no one gives two fucks. And so you learn to put yourself before other people. If you will drive a bus or a tram, I would say don't give two fucks if someone is pregnant or old and just sit on the seat that you are sitting on. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have manners or that you've been taught by your parents better. It does not matter because in this specific case, it is so you can learn for your future self that you are more important than other people, while also no one cares about you. However, if you don't go to the gym and you don't drive those things, do you have a scenario in your job where even though you don't need to necessarily do something, you do it for others, even if it's like not a part of teamwork where it's necessary, but just because you think you should do it?
Oh, in the front, they fuck up all the time.
Cool. I will assume this costs you your energy and also your time, correct?
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
Okay.
I think this is the only. This is in your case. This is the only thing you can currently do. Or, for example, if there is a group of people, let's say on the team meeting with your job, and you have a question, don't give two fucks if other people have also a question. Don't wait till they are done and then you ask your question. Just try to be the first.
Okay.
So you can develop like a good ego. It's like, do you get where I'm coming from?
Not really.
So you can understand that like, you you are more important
Okay.
because there are two things in sales which you definitely need to learn. It's the authority. So basically, that you're more important than other people, and that no one gives feedbacks because there are always more people you can, for example, speak to. There are always more people who you can just book a call with or you can sell to.
True.
Currently thinking if there's any other way. Hmm. I will double check if I'm gonna have any better idea, or I'm also gonna just ask people I know if they have any advice specifically for a woman that goes into a direction of, for example, men should approach women for phone numbers. Then I'm just gonna message you.
Oh yeah, sure. Great, thanks.
And Miles, for you, if you go for a coffee, it is as simple as just asking the barista or the cashier for a number, even if you're not gonna do anything with it. Like just so you understand, just for
Hmm.
the
And
mindset, yeah.
hmm, yeah,
Just so you understand, just for the mindset, even if I go out, just for the mindset, I was once on a date and I picked up five numbers on this date. I didn't even save them. I just picked them up, delete them in the same moment.
like you wanted it with a girl, and then
Yes. So once I went to the toilet and on the way, I was thinking, wow, she's cute. Just picked her number. And I was coming back. The same situation happened.
so you're
Then
like, hey, can you give me your number?
no, no, like it depends on the situation, but you can say something as simple as, "Hey, sorry, you just look very beautiful, and I'm sure you hear this a lot. I was just wondering if I could get your number." Or it can be as simple as you just saying to her, "Hey, I love your outfit." And then if she's gonna respond, you can ask her for her name. If she's gonna respond to you asking for your name, it means that she shows an interest. It's also just you, if you're gonna do this often enough, you're also gonna understand how people react to certain things. because you can literally say the same line with different body language, with different tonality, and the outcome is gonna be very different. Like if you're gonna, let's say you will approach Nika and you will look at him like, "Hey, you look very beautiful. Can I get your number?" This will come across very bad. If you will come to her and be like, "Hey, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I was just thinking you look very beautiful." I will literally hate myself if I will just not say hello. On the side note, what's your name? This come across more confident and different. So it is also a great way for you to practice just your body language, your framing, and the way you speak, because you can also play with tonality a lot. Especially you can use the black tonality. Hey, gal. But I don't necessarily think it will work on white women, but you know that I don't have enough experience with black people, so I don't know. You can try. You can give me information if you were successful or if you got slapped. Yeah, but Nika, I will definitely ask people I know if there is any specific advice that I can give to a woman that wants to do something in entrepreneurship that go into this direction. Any more questions? I just spit coffee on myself. Okay, then if you guys don't have any questions, do you guys want to start with the roleplay? Wow, I love the communication today. I ask you two questions in a row and I get zero answer.
Mhm.
Anika, by the way, on the side note, please book the appointment. I was not able to attend.
Yeah, sorry, didn't want to bother you on your birthday.
Just book it in. See, if it weren't for the people that just like took me out of my office, I would not even go anywhere. I literally forgot that I have birthday. I was
Be
forced to go
grateful
out.
that they thought about you.
No. They thought about themselves because I can speak to people. Because like I'm not able to speak to men, but I'm able to speak to women. So they just brought me with them, so we can play games. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, guys, role play, or do you have any more questions? Do you have any mindset issues? Anything? Because while I'm enjoying the silence, there is a reason why we are still here together for 29 minutes. Unless we want to end the call sooner and you just fuck off to work. Because I know that Miles has a sales call, he needs to prepare to. Miles, show me your fucking sales presentation.
My sales limitation days, the days.
Show me your sales presentation.
Oh, okay.
Reunos heb dom mare. Okay, next page. Go to the first page. Why are you on the fifth slide? Can you please show me the first slide? Yeah. But why is there a slash in your name?
I just wanted to put it
Why?
for no reason.
No, but like, do you know what slash means in text? It basically
What does
stands for or. So it seems like it's RST power or landscaping.
it? Oh, change it.
Yeah, I don't speak French, but sure, move forward. Écran, campagne, qualification, transfer, libel. By the way, I will center it a little bit. Like the text with the blocks are not centered. Like they are too, they sit too low, if you know what I mean.
Nope.
Okay. Do you see when you have créer campaign, qualification, and transfer live?
Hmm.
Look at the distance in above the title, underneath the title, the boxes. Then there is a pause in between the pictures, and then the pause underneath the pictures. If you can just move the text and put it into the middle, so it's a little bit higher, so the distance in between the pictures and the text is like more aesthetic.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Well, there's not much you can fuck up there. Yeah, there's not much you can fuck up here, so please, next one. Um, yeah, first of all, you're targeting Canada, and it's just Miami in the pipeline.
I'll just put
Second,
something to shade it.
yes, but why is this not? You will call this those prospects, correct?
Yeah.
And it will be nice if it's a recording and not only a stage name.
But the thing is, the last time you said to me that it is possible also to do something as easy as that, like showing them my
Yes.
work.
Well, yes. Just so you know, it will be probably better if they can also hear it and not only see it. But as long as you explain to them while they are gonna look at it, then that's absolutely fine.
Hmm.
Next one. Okay, yeah. Next one. Structure du prix. Mise en plan. Well, what does that have to means? Pra de mise en plan? Or what does it mean?
Setup fees.
Really? This is how we say setup fee?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember mise en plan from being a waiter. Mise en plan is basically my workstation where I keep all the goods like wine glasses, wine, all my instruments. Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, then that should be fine. Nika, how is your sales presentation?
I worked a little bit on it.
Show me.
Show me. Get up and show me.
Miles, do
Show
you
me
have
what you
psychological issues?
got.
Oh, Miles, look, it's a representative of your nation. Oh, no, is it Asian or is it black? Never mind.
What?
Miles, never mind. I think it's Asian.
Excuse me? Hmm?
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
didn't
It's
see.
okay.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean you didn't see? It's literally in front of you. All right.
You mean a woman or something?
Yes, I meant the woman. Wait, Nika,
Oh,
why
I
is
don't
this?
know.
Is the name of your company Metspa Clients?
No, but I thought that's what the presentation is about, so
Nope. This is where you put the name of your company. Besides, it's not clients in Metspa, it's patients.
ah, yeah, right.
So it will not make sense if your company or the presentation will be called Metspa Clients. Next one.
I left this one. Not sure what I need to do with it.
Well, you don't do live transfer, do you? You know what live
Oh,
transfer
yeah,
is?
no.
Well, if you don't do live transfer, then please change this.
Okay, yeah, well.
But there's not much you could fuck up here. Wait. Why do you have dental care in some of them?
It was still in them. I didn't know how to get it out, so I left it for now.
You just put a different picture on top of it.
Okay.
Granted, you sometimes you can get dental care in med spas, like veneers and stuff. Like, not always. Don't take me for granted, but like I know that there are a lot of. It will be a cosmetic clinic then. It will not directly be a med spa, but they, for example, also deal like with veneers, with whitening, something like that.
Okay. No, I will get them out. I will fix it.
Cool. Next one.
Yeah,
Well,
this one I didn't know.
everything is missing. So what you need to do is basically just qualify people on the phone call. Like, take a friend, take someone you know, just call them
Yeah.
and just ask them, hey, I have seen that you have submitted the Facebook lead form and you were interested in lip filler. So, Olivia, correct? Yes. Oh, okay, wonderful. So, just to confirm, what is that you're currently looking at? And then she can, for example, tell you, yeah, so I wanted to make my lips bigger and this and that. And you just basically qualify them, like, so what is your budget? How many milligrams of Botox do you want to have? Then you can also ask, for example, what type of what would she want to put into her lips, and just inform yourself about the niche knowledge, because if I'm not mistaken, you can put two different things in the lips. It will be either the hyaluronic acid or it will be like a specific oil. That's why you have also two different types of lips, where one of them are like silicone, like if you touch them and they don't move. I don't know if you've seen that
Yeah.
before. When a woman drinks coffee or speaks from the side and the lips are not moving, like the whole skin here moves, but the lips are like, yeah. and the other ones are more soft, like more natural, because they're, if I'm not mistaken, from oil. So that would be one example. Then you have Jonathan. You can probably even take Miles and just ask him what he would like to, laser off. Miles will basically remove his hair, probably from his back with laser. Then facial, which will be basically like a mask, and Botox. Then you can just simply do whatever. Because Botox, you can do Botox in hair, you can do Botox in order to remove wrinkles from, for example, forehead. You can remove the puffiness from under the eyes. You can do so many things with Botox, just literally whatever. And then underneath,
So just yeah.
you can just simply just go to Notion or Notes and just simply write, for example, Olivia Bennett, budget, interest, and availability, or when does she want to like have it done, and just put it into those pictures underneath. So
Okay, so
the upper one should be recording. The underneath should be just a picture with information.
Okay.
And if you're gonna have at least one example, just give it to me so I can review it.
Oh yeah, I will.
Because technically speaking, you only need one. Like you can fake other ones. Like you don't even need to click on them, because on the sales call you will probably just need one. So you can at least showcase to the person you're talking to what is it, just so they understand. Just not only from your explanation, but so they can also hear for themselves. But like once will be enough. Weekly calls, it's like nothing you can do incorrectly here. Give me 1 second. Hello, I'm back. This next slide. Nika, why is there one part missing? Like either delete the
I
one or just make it black so it like doesn't. Let's even adjust it to your price. Oh yeah, that's volledig scherm afsluiten. So Nika, you have a lot of work on your presentation. Like no, like this is literally 1 hour of work.
okay.
On the side note, Nika, how is it going with your outreach?
Well, after the call, well, I want to start before the call. I want to start cold calling. Checked a lot of the stuff on the go high level, if it's correct. So
It reminded me You had issues with Phantom Buster, correct?
Yeah, I still have. Sometimes it works,
Yes.
sometimes it
There are
doesn't.
two things you can try. So first of all, delete all the slots that you have, everything you have scanned before you start scraping again. And if this is not gonna work, try software named Octoparse. I typed it in the chat. Octoparse.
Ah, it's also for web scraping.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I tried deleting it all and tried making a whole new account to get a,
Then there is a chance that there is
but
something
it didn't
wrong
work.
with Phantom Buster. So let's try this one and let me know if you're still gonna have any issues.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Oh, on the side though, Miles, have you tried to create sending out more than 20 SMS with like different numbers or different sub accounts? Because I know that we have
Excuse
discussed
me?
this yesterday. Have you tried to
Oh
send
yeah,
out? Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay. Curious if you had the same issue when you send out 200, or if we were able to overcome the issue you were facing. But okay, and test it when you have the chance.
Yeah, you mean having two numbers and reaching out with like doing SMS with the two one, right?
Yes. So you can do 40 instead of 20. Yes.
Yeah, I have two numbers. Actually, the first one I was cold calling with. I think I can continue with it like with SMS, doing another, putting in another pipeline, and you know.
Yeah.
And also, I don't really know how to put the pipeline in such a way that because I'm putting it in the workflow, the leads, I put them in the workflow, but now I created a pipeline Montreal SMS, but I only put people in the pipeline when they responded because I put them directly in the automation in the automation, not in any pipeline, you know.
Yes, you can combine. So you can change it that where, for example, after the call, you will, like when you call someone, similar to Power Dialer, when you call someone,
Mhm.
you can choose three different ways. So you can either try to combine this in a manner where if someone's going to respond to you, it's going to automatically be moved into a pipeline. Or is this what you're currently doing? Because you have mentioned you're moving people into the
No, I'm
pipeline
not.
when they
That's not what
complete.
I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. Like when they get an SMS, they're automatically put into the pipeline. And should I put that in my workflow?
Yeah, you can do it. You can basically filter them out of the workflow. So you can, for example, do upon sending out, they're gonna be moved into a specific pipeline, and then upon responding to you, they will be moved in the same pipeline to a different stage. So you can have one stage where it's gonna be, for example, new messages or reached out, and then upon them answering, they're gonna be automatically moved to a pipeline saying answered, and then you can see if the answer was negative. Or you can, as a matter of fact, you can also create the if
And how
else. Yeah.
how can I do that? They automatically go to another point of the pipeline when they respond.
It's conditions. It's if else conditions.
Shit.
Uh, it's not that complicated when you have it in front of you. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also just ask the.
Look, I was It can't be complicated because
You can also ask the chat support. Like you have access to the 24/7 support. So you can just literally be like, hey, I'm currently trying to do this. Here is the Loom video. And you can also show them what you have built, explain to them what is it that you need, and tell them if they can help you with it.
okay, gotcha.
Just show them the workflow and show them the pipeline. I will start with the pipeline, explaining what is that you want to do, and then go to the workflow and show, for example, what you have done so far, so they can also, for example, shit on it. Any more questions? I like how every time I ask you both any more questions, you don't have questions, then I go deeper in it. If you have done anything, and then out of nowhere you have questions that are relevant to work.
Sorry, I was trying to make an account on that octopus or how you call it.
It's absolutely fine. Do you have any questions, Nika?
No, I think I know on what stuff I need to work after this.
All right. Then, guys, if you don't need anything else, I think we can just end the call a little bit sooner so we can get back to work. Because I think you both have now work to do, because we have established that there were still things you can work on.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else you need from me?
Nope.
Okay, wonderful.
No,
If you guys
thank
need
you.
anything, just message me up, and I see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.